Hey guys, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. So not had that intro in quite a while. Sorry, I haven't posted videos. I don't think I've posted anything in 2020. I kept trying to get round to it, but you know what? I'm just going to be honest. I haven't been in the best frame of mind, as I'm sure many people can relate to this year. But anyways, I just thought it was about time, and I have something really exciting to review today, so I couldn't not do a video for this. So anyways, I am back with a product review, so I hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, so what I have to review today is extremely exciting. I can't even believe that I'm sitting doing this review because you'll understand why in a second. Anyways, it's the NATASHA Denona Triochrome palette. Yeah, so this is her newest palette. We'll go into all the details in a second. But what I would like to say is to my husband, who's probably editing this video right now, thank you so much. He very, very kindly bought me this palette as a little surprise gift just because I've been feeling pretty low recently. So I had been going on and on about this, showing him all the like little Instagram promo videos and stuff. So yeah, when it came out in the UK, he so kindly ordered this for me. So this is amazing. Thank you so much. I've only ever tried one NATASHA Denona item before, which I won in a giveaway this summer. It was the Biba palette, and it is outstanding. The formulas are amazing, so I'm super excited about this palette. So yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so the whole point in this palette is to be kind of multi-chrome, so even the box is a bit. I think hopefully you can see that when I turn it around. So we're just going to open it on camera. Oh wow. So the actual palette itself is that same kind of multi-chrome finish, which is very beautiful, very sleek packaging. So yeah, beautiful packaging, super smooth, very classic. The other palette I have of hers is the same sort of packaging. So okay guys, let's just get into it. Let's open the palette. Oh, that scares me. Ooh! Okay, I'm gonna bring her in a wee bit closer for a good look. So what the idea behind this palette is, there are 3 like multi-chrome shades, and then each colour, oh my gosh, it actually just touched it. Each row is like a colour story to match that one. So you have like your green, purple, and then sort of warm, pinky, peachy tones. So yeah, I think that is super cool. Like I actually just love it. I think it's very cohesive. I like the entire colour story. Like there's not a single shade that I don't like. I think it makes it really usable, wearable, easy to work with. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some swatches of the multi-chrome shades because, well, that is a must. We've got to see how they reflect. Let's do some swatches. So I'm going to start with Scarab, which is the kind of yellowy greeny shade. And then what I'm going to do is just swatch up my hand. Oh wow, you can already see, look at the reflex in that. So it's really green and then really gold. Kind of a neutral shade in there as well. Love that. Okay, next I'm going to swatch Kinetic, which is the purple multi-chrome shade. Ooh. So we're just going to swatch that next to it. Oh wow. Ooh. That's kind of going like orangey pink to me there, and then purple and almost sort of silvery. That is a really stunning shade. Love that. Okay, and last but not least, I am going to swatch Colour Flip, which to me looks like the most interesting shade. Oh my goodness. I am already so excited about this. Okay, so I'll put it next to those. Wow. Okay, so that is like pink, yellow, green, nude. Like, what on earth? I really hope this is picking up on camera because it is amazing. So obviously these 3 are like the stars of the show, and they just have a load of complementary colours. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to put these on my eyes. Okay, so I have done my base makeup and I have primed my eyes just using my normal Urban Decay primer to make it a fair comparison. So NATASHA Denona has actually put up some little mini tutorials on her Instagram of how to use this palette. She does that with loads of her palettes. I would highly recommend watching them because she's very, very skilled and they're great little tutorials. So I'm going to kind of follow one of those for this palette, and it's going to be focusing on the middle row, which is all the purple shades. So that's what I'm going to do. So I think the first thing she used, I think it was it that? We're going to go in with Naga anyway because that's dead pretty. So I'm going to put that all over my lid, just using a little flat brush. Very, very pretty little pastel lavender shade. Nothing crazy. That's nice. I'm just kind of popping that everywhere as a nice base. So that is one thing I will say from my other palette as well. There is a decent amount of fallout, but I'm not mad about it. Okay, so we were off to a strong start with Naga. It looks nice, just simple. I'm then going to take Redox, which is this one. I'm just going to pop that lightly in my crease. I'm doing that on a fluffy brush, I should say. Just going to go back and forth. Again, very nice kind of pastel shade, nothing crazy, but it's applying nice and smoothly, which is what you want. Okay. So the next shade I'm going to go in with, which is slightly different to how I'd usually do my eyes, but it's what she did to create a really nice smoked out eye, is use the darkest shade, which is Manganese. So I'm going to use this and kind of line my eye, just the outer third of my eye, and create a light V in the corner. So for that, I'm going to use a smaller, kind of denser brush just to get a little bit more detail. So we're not going terribly far up, just a little bit, because we will smoke that out later. Just following what Natasha did and join those up. So this is just helping to define the lash line. Well, see, that's a really nice shade. Like, I think that looks really pretty without really smoking out or anything yet. Quite happy with that. Barely any fallout on that shade too. So I just popped that shade Manganese on both eyes there. Worth noting there is a little bit of fallout from that shade, but I really was kind of packing it on. I want it a little bit more intense, so I'm going to use this little smudger brush and just the same shade again. Just kind of go over the top. That is very pretty. Like, the idea behind this look was a day to night, so you could kind of wear it like this all matte, or then you can just pop on the multi-chrome shade to like make it pop, make it more of a nighttime look. Which I think is quite cool, because with a palette like this, some people will be like, oh, like I'm never going to use those multi-chrome shades, but really that's only 3 out of 15. You could create a completely matte look with all of these eyeshadows that would look really stunning, and it's not as bold, but then you can pop on those multi-chrome shades, which are really popping, and it just brings it to another dimension, really. I find I've not really been very drawn to a palette in quite a while. Like, I've got a good amount of eyeshadow palettes, so it takes something quite unique to catch my attention, I feel. But this, when I saw it, like, I just think it's very well thought out. It's very cohesive. I could take this palette away with me and I could create so many looks with just this one palette. And like I say, there could be daytime or nighttime looks, bold or more subtle. And I just really like that, because I feel I've got quite a few palettes which there's shades that I love and I will grab that palette for that shade, but how many of them can I create many looks from one palette? So, and also, I don't have any multi-chrome shades, so I mean, I kind of needed it, you could say. Okay, so I'm now going to take the shade Tungsten, which is a kind of in-between shade for these, I would say, and I'm going to use that to kind of blend into my crease and just start smoking things out a little bit. So I'm starting off using quite a small kind of fluffy brush that I might go bigger when we come to outside to get it more diffused. So show me dipping that into there. These are literally blending like a dream. Like, look at that, I barely touched it and it looks so good. So obviously Natasha Denona eyeshadows do have a high price point. It's not something that I would normally buy myself. Hence why I was so shocked and so grateful when my husband bought it for me. But I would say they are extremely good quality. Very pigmented and just so buttery, like they blend so nicely. So yeah, to me they're worth the money, but I understand that it is a high price point for eyeshadow. Okay, I think that's looking quite nice and blended into there. So what I want to do now is just smoke it out a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the darker shade just to the outside, and then take that lighter shade that I just used, Tungsten, and start blending outwards. So again, just using a kind of smaller brush to add that darker bit. Okay, and then taking Tungsten on a slightly larger fluffy brush, I'm just going to blend that out the way. So this is a slightly different method to how I normally do my eyeshadow, so we're learning here too. Okay, so what I'm doing now is kind of just mixing Naga and Redox, and I'm kind of, these two, sorry, and I'm just kind of blending that right out to get it really nice and smoky, you know, for a real daytime look. That was a joke, by the way. Before someone's like, that's not very daytime. Although it depends on your definition of daytime. You could wear this out during the day if you want. I probably would. So I really want it kind of blending up into my brows. Which, by the way, I just got HD Brow Sculpt, which is kind of a little bit like lamination. I'm living for it. Just taking that lightest shade Naga now and kind of blending that right into my brows to make it nice and light up there. Okay, so I don't have an issue with any of these shades in terms of blending or anything like that, and they're all blending out really beautifully. Quite happy with that. I think I'm actually just going to smoke it out even more. So taking that tiny little brush, is that one? I'm getting some of that shade on there, and we're just going to add a little bit, deepen that little V there. Okay, so I am really happy with this blend. Like, it looks so nice and smoked out and really kind of deeper out in the V. So we are getting to the exciting point. We are going to put on that shade Kinetic, the multi-chrome shade, and really take this eye look to the next level. So what she did in her tutorials was she used a damp kind of flat packer brush. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Quite a dense brush. So I think I will start with just this little Urban Decay brush. It's kind of a flat one, which I tend to use for like kind of metallic shades. So we're just going to spray it with some setting spray. And then here we go. So it looks like it's picked up well. Oh, wow. Just dipping in again. That is gliding on so smoothly. Actually, barely any fallout. I thought there might have been from the multi-chrome ones, to be honest. She made it look so easy. She just glided it on and it went in such a straight line. But that's okay. Wow. Hopefully the lighting's showing the different shades. So I'm gonna go and do this one, okay? Okay, so that is the shade Kinetic on. So I'm just gonna have a little move around and see if you can see the different light colours reflecting in it. And if not, you can just see me bobbing around like an idiot. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just do a little bit on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take the darkest shade Manganese and kind of join that up with the outer corner. And then I'm gonna smoke it out a little bit with this shade Tungsten. Then right in the inner corner, I'm gonna use this lightest shade Naga. I mean, that shade is so beautiful. Like, I think that the darkest shade Manganese is probably my favourite. It's just like a really nice kind of plummy shade. Very pigmented. And it goes nice because the shade Kinetic, the multi-chrome, is a little bit cool toned, I think. But they just pair so well together. I think the colour palette is stunning for this row anyways. In fact, if you'd like to see me do like a green or a pink look out of the other rows, just comment below if you want me to do a little mini tutorial, because I think I will be reaching for this palette a lot. Just gonna start with that. Very pretty. And then just using this little brush, I'm going to take the shade Tungsten. Just going to kind of blend that out a little bit. Wow, I am loving this. Like, these colours, oh my gosh, so pretty. Plus, you know, now that nobody can see the bottom half of your face with wearing masks all the time, perfect time to get some pop-in eyeshadows. I'm going to take that shade Redox on a small fluffy brush and just going to blend underneath that to really get a nice blend. So just connecting that up with that V to make it really smoky. Okay, so I'm going to take that lightest shade Naga and we're just going to pop that in the inner corner. For that, I'm just going to use a small brush. Oh, that's a really pretty shade as well. I know I used it at the start, but I was just thinking about what my favourite shade is in this row. Oh yeah, that's really got quite a little pink tone to it as well. And a clean fluffy brush. Oh yeah, that gives it such a nice little pink reflect just up at the brow bone. Okay. So I'm going to go pop some liner and some mascara on, maybe even a lash if I'm feeling like it, and I'll be right back for my final thoughts. Hey guys, I am back after adding liner, lashes, lipstick, a little more blusher, and just kind of generally fixing up my face. But yeah, I am so happy with how this look turned out. I added a little corner lash for like extra smokiness, and I love it. Sorry, got lipstick in my teeth. So professional. So anyway, let's give my final thoughts for the palette. I'm sure you can guess what they are. Okay, so we're going to start with reviewing the design. Stunning, very chic, timeless. Like, it's triochrome, so like, she could have gone crazy, but I feel like it's a very chic way of doing that. Also very travel friendly, which is awesome. Looking at the shades, I think despite this being a triochrome palette, being multi-chrome and everything, I think it's actually really wearable. I think you could do so many looks without using these, or just use like a touch of these in the centre. You don't have to put it all over your lid. And I will be grabbing this palette a lot, especially these two rows. They're really my kind of colours, and the mattes are just so good. They blend out super nicely. They're very pigmented, but they also blend out, so it's perfect, because sometimes when you get a really pigmented shadow, you find that it's just kind of stuck on there and then it's kind of difficult to work with, but these are really dreamy. Yeah, I said dreamy. They do have a little bit of fallout. It's not a personal issue for me, but just so you know that if it would be for you. Overall, would I say this is worth the money? Yes, I would. I think it is a really stunning palette. I love the concept behind it. The formulas are amazing. All the shades are beautiful. Very my kind of thing. I also love that she does little tutorials to go with it, because it just makes it so easy to use. I didn't even really have to think about what I was going to do with that. I just picked it up and I followed her tutorial. I mean, roughly, I didn't follow it step by step, but from what I recall of it, I tried to follow it. Also, I mean, even if you're not using a tutorial, she's made it so easy, because this is a look, this is a look, this is a look. You don't have to use all the shades in one row, obviously, to create a look, but that is like a totally complete full eye look in each row, and then obviously you can mix them all about as well. But yeah, I would give this palette like a 10 out of 10. One of the best I've tried, to be honest, and I think I will be reaching for it a lot, even if I'm not leaving the house very much, but you know, we will be one day. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and thanks for staying as a subscriber, even though I've not uploaded anything in about a year, but hopefully there will be more to come. Like I said, if you guys would like to see tutorials using the other kind of rows in this palette, I would love to do that. So just give me a comment down below, and hopefully I will see you soon. Okay, bye guys!